All right. I guess we're going to do a podcast tonight. Are we going to get together? We're going to do one of those little podcasts the kids are always talking about.
We're going to do one of these live ones this time around.
We're doing one of these live ones today. That's right. That's right.
Just the time.
All right, everybody. Well, this is Stubbs from Retro Handhelds, and we're back for another exciting week of news, reviews, all sorts of, I don't know, wearing shoes. I'm not going to bring back DJ Windex. Don't you worry. But I'm back tonight with the crew. Ban from Ban Unboxed we have with the fresh haircut on today's show. And
look at Spiffy there.
Looking so spiffy. And we have Rob, the Retro Tech Dad, who is back with a brand new MSI Claw 7 video you should all check out. Rob, my friend, welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And first time to the show, but not first time into the arms of friendship, we have Andrew from our website who is with us today. He is one of our beloved writers who contributes to the many wonderful writings on the website. And he was with us at CES this year, and we have brought him on to hang out with all of our with the friend crew. Andrew, you how you doing, man? Welcome.
Hi. I'm sorry, I messed it up. Oh, hi.
You always happen to be filming at just the right moment. Like you captured some iconic catchphrases from both Zoo, maybe even one from me once, and definitely from Dan and Mikhailov. From Rob and Mikhailov.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I'm kind of gonna miss Andrew in chat though. Just trolling Ban, but I guess now you could do it live in person. It's even better.
I mean, earlier
it's way better.
I said earlier today he can just fact check me live now.
I did change my keyboard too because I usually use a clicky one, and I changed it to a quiet one so I can tell you when you're wrong.
Guys, don't forget he's also a keyboard guy.
Andrew is like the best at giving us all shit for everything, and it's perfect. It's good. That's one.
That's because when he gives it, it's warranted.
It always is. Yeah. Lightens up the mood. Okay, everybody. So we're going to dive in today. We have a little bit lighter show, of course, for the news. Everyone's just come back from Chinese New Year over in China, and we haven't seen too many new announcements yet. There is one beloved piece of e-waste that we saw get announced today we might take a look at, though, as well as talking about the new ROM Manager, RomM app for MuOS, PSN, and their unfortunate outage, and AYN is pausing shipments due to the fun tariffs that are in effect, which are starting to trickle down into our niche in new and very interesting, confusing, and annoying ways. How's everybody doing out there? This week I asked Ban what's a glizzy, and it turns out it's a hot dog. But I was not sure what the kids were saying.
Well,
I mean,
he always knows all the
potentially something else, but sure.
He asked me this question, and I didn't actually respond with like words. I just responded with an emoji of a hot dog.
I had to Google this.
Someone's hands.
Ban, you're my connection to the youth. Okay, like if I have a question about Gen Z culture, I'm like, what does this word mean? And you were like, immediately no. I don't know.
The issue is I don't understand all of it anymore.
I don't know. I just screen capped Urban Dictionary. They seem to think
I don't know what the kids
else,
are saying these days, dude. I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know what the Riz from the Ohio is. I don't know what. We don't know. We don't know what from what. So, well, we're here for another fun week. Let's do this. I want to talk about what we've been up to this week. Andrew, man, starting with you. People have not seen you too much in front of the camera, but you've been involved with us behind the camera. What do you got going on back there? You got some Halo?
Yeah, I couldn't figure out what game to play, so I just put on some Halo 1 Combat Evolved playthrough. I think it's actually Master Chief Edition, but
Nice.
yeah. And then
I
I
gotta get back into that.
I did my best to make it not look like it's a disaster in here, but I think I failed.
Looks solid to me. Looks like you're ready to both get to work and also enjoy some retro games. What are you been up to this week?
Work. And
I was gonna say it's only been one day in the week.
This weekend, last week.
Last week was recovering because family got sick. I was
sorry.
out, like I was asleep all day Monday except to go to the restroom, and then I went right back to bed.
That sounds like me today. So I feel you, my friend.
Yeah.
How are you feeling now? Are you feeling better?
Oh yeah. Okay. Little man turned 1 yesterday. Had his party on Saturday, and watched the
Happy
Super
birthday.
Bowl, and gave him some cake last night, and then put him to bed.
Hey,
Cake before bedtime is a dangerous game with children, but you like to, and adults, and you like to walk the edge of danger, and I appreciate that. Did the team you were rooting for win? The Eagles?
I don't care. No.
Okay.
I'm a Ravens. I'm a Ravens fan.
Okay. My in-laws were rooting hysterically for the Eagles to win, and I said, I guess I'm an Eagles fan for one day. So they won, and everyone rejoiced. I said, okay. Good job.
It was a pretty bad beatdown. Was not expecting that for sure, but since the Ravens weren't in it, I was just watching to watch football. This is the last time we're gonna have it until next year, or 6 months from now.
Yeah, you and Zoo are always going back and forth on the football. I try to catch up and keep cool with the kids, but I can't say I understand all of it. I definitely play a little bit in Game Land.
Zoo's a fan of poop, and that's what his team is.
Poop. He's the pee poo 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 doctor around here. That is his official title.
I hope he's in chat.
The dry delivery you give.
That's so good.
Ban, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to?
Yeah, what have you been messing around with?
Mostly the AYN U.S in the last week is what I've been messing around with.
Nice. Clean.
Been running it at solid 8 watts the entire past week. So not using it much.
I like that. That.
Because
playing some of that NES action.
No, I've been playing New Star GP for like the entire past week when I can.
Oh, I
downloaded that. I see his name pop up on my computer like every 2 minutes.
Like, I have not played Forza at all in the last week. Just New Star.
And Andrew's so excited to respond to you with something possibly witty.
Because this guy, the chat this morning was quiet. There was nothing really happening because Amberdick still hasn't announced there's 12 handhelds of the year yet.
Yes.
And then Ban just drops in the Fanatical bundle. That it's a bunch of bundles. And in one of the bundles, it's a racing bundle. So I also bought that today. I haven't played it yet.
It is so good. New Star GP takes you like through the decades of F1. So like you start in the 80s, you go 90s, 2000s, like all the way up to now. If anyone listening has not seen the Pedal to the Metal bundle on Fanatical, that is the one game that I'm really specifically recommending. Maybe the Yugo game, but specifically New Star GP.
Right, yeah, and so if you get 7 of these, it drops to $1.71 per game, which is nice. So these lunatics here, these racing fans here, convinced me to get the New Star GP, and I got the Yugo. There's a game about playing in a Yugo. Remember those? Remember when Yugoslavia was a country? And Ultimate Racing 2D2, as well as which is a pretty cool snow speeder game.
That
but in general,
I heard is really good.
But I wasn't mad. I was intrigued, and I've definitely downloaded a few of these based off these dudes' recommendations.
So, will it make you mad to hear that Fanatical is going through their bundle fest right now? So,
don't tell me that. Don't tell me that, my friend.
Every
has
day.
3,000 games on Steam.
Every day they're putting out a new bundle. Look, there's 2 new bundles.
I don't need any more Steam games. I said 3,000 is my cap. That's enough.
Build your own Capcom bundle.
I don't need any more games.
I jumped on the Capcom one. I filled out my Resident Evil library.
I might have to look at that one too.
Yeah, I might have to actually. No, I'm good.
I can't remember what I put into my cart to check out on, but I know I needed one of the Ace Attorney games still.
You have to have it.
Karate Survivor is awesome.
Get Curse to Golf if you haven't on the debut bundle.
Great too. Yeah.
3 games, $1.66 each.
Oh man. All right.
Stubbs is going to be at 3,100 by the end of the night.
Stubbs always needs something new to buy
on the podcast.
Yes. If I cannot convince him to buy anything by the end of the podcast, I have failed.
We'll see, man. We'll see. There's nothing too much new in the handheld world to buy today, but
no, I'm kind of I mean, it's only been a day or two since they've come back from the Chinese New Year, so
right.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Ambernick didn't just rush right back into it and start announcing a whole bunch of new stuff.
They did return and immediately drop a video that was like, "We're back," and
that's right.
Told us to prepare.
Prepare.
And I am not prepared.
I am not prepared either. I'm enjoying the quiet. I'm enjoying the sound of silence.
And so am I.
Okay, good. Thanks for sharing, Ban. Rob, what have you been up to this week? Last week?
Busting my butt to get that claw video out.
I saw you.
Which was a doozy of a video. And just playing games on and off. Just tinker and do the things I usually do. All the good stuff.
Yeah, man. We got the 1-2 punch on that. I dropped mine on Sunday.
Yep.
And thanks producer Sony for helping me get that all going and edited there. And Rob, you dropped on Monday, and we got a Claw 7 week ahead of us. Now we got the 8 on the way, so we're gonna be looking at that. And oh man, your B-roll! Oh, look at that red lighting.
Swap my unit.
Rob,
that device is pretty gorgeous to film though.
With those lights,
it just photographs well. I can't say the same about the 8. The 8 looks much better in person than it does on film. It's one of those weird things. It's like,
yeah.
Core 7 Ultra.
The only thing that would make today's podcast better is if we had Zoo randomly drop by. Then we'd have the whole CES crew. Well, we need Russ to drop by too.
And Team Retrog.
So they could all I think they all have the link. If they all just randomly showed up, that'd be fine. That'd be fine by me.
Yes.
Look, we had just to drop in.
I'm so proud of this awful trend I've started with those GIFs.
With your AI GIFs. Oh my goodness. Well, dude, your video is. Oh no! Yes. Come on now. Come on. Yes. I'm not Tobey Maguire, and I'm not Zoolander. I can't even turn to the left anyways. Watch. This is my best left. Although I did wear my trendy jacket, jacket upon request.
Looking good there.
Oh, Bill's looking. Oh no.
That's just unfortunate.
I don't know what a glizzy is, but I definitely feel glizzed as of now. Okay. So that's good.
You might want to go get that checked out.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you for your concern.
I'm a little under the weather today. I'm extra unhinged. I'm ready to go. But let me tell you about my week. All right. So get this. I've been doing that Whole30 diet and I was feeling real good. And now I'm at the part where you need to reintroduce the allergens, potential allergens. So one day I had sugar, the next day I had dairy, and today got to do some of the gluten goodness. So I just got myself a big old burger and just a good old hamburger, and it was the best thing. Potato bun. I was just I actually filmed the experience. I was just it was so wonderful, and it felt so good. But afterwards, I'm just oh no, just zero energy, just feel poopy. And so I'm all right, I get it. Thanks a lot, bread. And took a nap, and I've been napping ever since. So I woke up 10 minutes before our show today. I'm all right, guys, let's do this. And another unfortunate thing happened this week. I've been, making videos and playing games and all that stuff, but my outlet down there, I've had this space heater plugged in for better part of 2 or 3 years, And I let it run at night, and it automatically kicks on when this is a root cellar. Normally, there's no ventilation coming in or out, so normally it kicks on and it warms up the room when it needs to, because I don't want like the handhelds and everything in here to, I don't know, get covered in moisture or something. And then Zoo, Zoo, what do you have to say? Hello, welcome.
I was hi. I was washing the dishes, and I heard people calling me out because I wasn't in your stupid podcast. So here I am. Now I'm in my garage. It's cold, and my hands are wet. So I'm gonna get chapped. I hope everyone's happy.
I was just talking about being too wet.
Good luck. We're all counting on you.
Thank you, Zoo. Love you. Goodbye. That was Zoo, everybody. And so, you know, I made sure there's not a fire. And so I'm like, here's the thing is that I'm like, why does this room smell like fish? There's so much for weeks. I'm like, why? We haven't been eating fish. I was like, did an animal die in my walls again? And it's just, why is there fish? What's the deal with the fish? And I couldn't find it. Finally, I decided to Google it after like 3 weeks. And they said, if you smell fish in your room or in your house and you can't figure out why, call an electrician. That's an electrical emergency. It means that the plastic insulation on the outlet is currently burning itself away from being overloaded, or there's a fire going on the wall, slowly burning the house down. And I said, crap. What's up with this room? First, we get the flood. Now we get the fire. We got the fish. And I haven't even... I don't know what to say, Rob. I don't know what to say. It's always something, isn't it? It's always something.
Maybe you're not meant to have handhelds in that room.
And so I've been scared for the handhelds' lives. Yeah, and so I've been packed at night. I packed them up in their cases, and I tote them to the bedroom into a drawer. And I toted them today for this recording. I put them up.
I think you should just like keep them in a backpack 24/7.
The more concerning part is that my family lives in this house, though, and I have my beloved children and wife. So we do have an electrician coming out to look. And I can tell you, when I unplug the space heater, the fish smell in a way. And I'd ask my wife, and she's like, that outlet right there, that's a fishy outlet. And she's like, that's disgusting. So we're dealing with it.
When your outlets go bad, the gnomes show up and they just put fish in them.
It's exactly right. It's either a dead animal in the walls. It's definitely the outlet, which I'm sure it is, and or the gnomes put a salmon, if you will, a fresh cooked salmon into the wall. Yum. Which either of those could be just as likely. It's hardly my job to judge. We cannot judge. So, having said that, let's talk about some retro news. It's been an interesting one. So. This new RomM MuOS app. Let's take a look at that. Oh, God. Okay. All right. Listen, RomM releases the official MuOS app. Andrew, would you want to explain to us what the heck is this?
So ROM by itself, it's been an app for a while now for your computer.
The ROM manager, right?
Yeah, and that's just a ROM manager. From what I understand, because I haven't finished installing it, getting it set up myself yet, this basically makes it much easier to access and transfer your ROMs back and forth between your computer or NAS and your MuOS powered handheld.
Nice. Yeah, that's
on Stubbs' PNAS.
It might run.
Except for Stubbs' PNAS. I think that one is on the exception list.
Dude, my PNAS has been, now it's not actually called that. It's called a Ugreen NAS sync something. But
Don't they have an ANAS now?
Yeah, now it's all about the ANAS, the AI NAS. And but my PNAS, the original model, has been having some funny issues, and the fan has been whirring and making crazy sounds. So I got to figure that out. I got to talk to Ugreen. So I've held off on asking them to get access to their ANAS.
What you just have to fix you just have to fix the one first.
Just plug your eGPU into it.
That's the way. Plug your eGPU into it. That'll fix everything.
Very good. So this looks cool. It's very interesting. The MuOS app. Here we go. It's
So,
happening. And
personally-
you can load it on. Yes.
Personally, I'm actually
sure.
kind of excited about this because the one thing I just hate doing the most is like taking the SD card out, putting it in the computer, waffling on about what am I actually going to put into my SD card and how many racing games do I have to take off to make it fit.
Yeah, and this will help you determine that. And you can load it on yourself now. It's publicly available as of today, right, Andrew?
Yeah, it came out yesterday or a couple days ago, maybe.
Nice. Okay, yeah, and check out RH Weekly. That is going to be in the description, and that has the full description of everything going on here, where you can find this, and it's all of our sources and good stuff. And it's written by this red-headed bearded man in the chat now. Okay, what else do we got going on today? That's right. PlayStation Network has been out for what? 24, 36 hours now? Is it still out as of broadcast here?
No, it came back on Saturday night.
Okay. Still. PlayStation, what happened? Rob, what do you do?
Yeah, Rob, how many
when
games
I
are you
first-
streaming?
When I first heard that, I had a flashback to 2011 with the big PSN hack that they had.
That was a multi-day,
That was-
Wasn't it like
that was
15 days? or
weeks?
something?
It was weeks. Yeah, they gave away
That was-
3 games after that one.
I remember that. That was when I first got a PS3. I was like, all right, I was ready to boot it up and play. Let's try this new PlayStation Net. Oh, no.
It was 24 days.
24 days?
Holy cow.
It was during that time, like Sony was basically just handing everything to Microsoft for the win. You know, it's just
It's like, come on.
You'd think that Microsoft would be in a better place now, but they had their own fumbles after that. But yeah,
You'd think. But I don't know how often this kind of thing happens anymore, but when it's like these major companies for games, it just becomes so obvious to like everybody how fragile this whole system is for digital games.
Right. And so it's like, it's a big vote of confidence for people who have physical collections because, hey, they can still play their games. They can pop it in whatever game they want, assuming they have a disc drive.
it was funny. I saw GameStop made a tweet about it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like thinking to myself, first of all, GameStop barely sells any games in their stores, and whatever they
Right.
are selling still needs an internet connection to
Yeah, they-
work. So it's
They
like,
had this spicy tweet that was like, "You bet you miss your physical collection now,
Yeah.
huh? Big shot, you know, getting your all
like-
digital." And I'm mostly all digital. Like I'm minus like my PS1 sitting back there, but
I still have a lot of physical games, but at the same time, I also don't own a PS5, so this one didn't really have too much of an impact on me. Yeah, they're not a hot topic. They're a T-shirt and Funko Pop shop now.
yeah, they
hey, there you go. Yeah, well, Sony, I don't know. They haven't released an official statement on what it was.
Yeah,
Was
that's
it
what I was gonna
hacking?
ask.
Was it? It's all been like jokes.
No, they did.
yeah, the one
oh,
where they
okay,
loaded Concord
Jeez.
on everyone's account.
I
Yeah.
thought that was, wait. I thought that was a joke.
It is a joke.
Oh.
It is a
It
joke.
is a
See,
joke.
You can't try. See, and it looked real, and so I
yeah,
waited.
it was a joke.
This is one
It's
I
like
have
when
not.
it's like when Apple gave everybody the U2 album.
Oh no, I'm so behind on
I
this
still
one.
have
I'm
that
sorry.
U2
That's
album.
still real though.
Network
I
services.
still have that album.
Network services have fully recovered from an operational issue. We apologize for the inconvenience and thank the community for their patience.
Operational.
All PS Plus members will automatically receive an additional 5 days of service. Okay, I saw this, but I thought that was a joke too. Like this
No,
was.
I mean, it is a joke that's
This is a joke. They're not saying anything. From an
Yeah,
what's an operational
operational.
issue?
Well,
What's an
that's-
operational issue?
Someone
What-
let
I'm
it
more
unplug the-
inclined to
unplug
believe
the
the
server.
Concord messages, but I didn't boot up my PS5 to check if I had Concord. I don't know what Concord is.
someone let a cat into the server and they like chewed through one of the cables. Sorry, guys, it was an operational issue.
Well, like an operational issue is like when your PS5 starts spitting out glizzies everywhere. But like
Oh my
this is
God.
like this is wait, what? Like this doesn't explain anything. 5 days of service. What are we doing here? And people wanted to play their beloved Final Fantasies and sack boys, and the sack boys, and they're just, I don't know what the kids are doing with their glizzies and PS5s these days. I got a PS Portal, and it totally was working fine. So
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say it smelled like fish.
yeah. So someone's putting those in my walls, and Sony, like producer Sony, hasn't even been to my house before that I know of.
That he's probably been here a few times.
Producer Sony, are you just in the back? Are you just sneaking fish into my walls, dude? Because that's fine, but you got to tell me.
Maybe he's like, oh.
I went recently. Recently I did see a shaman about this, and they did say that they said in folklore that gnomes can be real, and that there are certain things you need to do to protect yourself. Normally they're very friendly, but they can be mischievous, and they're not above putting things into the walls or any other kind of problem that can happen. And it's just not something that I'm ready to really deal with psychologically. So, Rob, if you wouldn't mind. Now, Russ from Retro Game Core is a man. Oh, he is here.
He is, in fact,
He is a man.
He is a man.
We can confirm.
He's not a shaman, but
No.
he's a man.
I said it'd be cool if he dropped by. I mean, but he is around in the ether. So Russ, I implore you to come on and please explain why my room keeps smelling like fish. We'll keep figuring this out together as a society, and we will heal from this. Well, what else is going on? Oh yes, that's right. AYN has decided to pause their shipments to the United States of America. And because we're not the only states. One time I visited New Zealand, and they said, you know what, you Americans, you guys think you're the only states. You can't call it the states. You're the United States of America. We have states down here. That's neither here nor there. But they've now paused shipments to the U.S. Russ is a beautiful man. Yes, that's right, Moldy. Mold E? Is that right? Or was it Mold E?
No, I think it's two words. Mold E.
Moldy.
Like Rush E.
I can't keep up, but I appreciate. Everyone's focused on this shaman thing. Listen, when you got crazy noises and things, what are you gonna do? It's the Catholic. I barely have a Catholic priest to access in this neighborhood. It's just I got to deal with I got to work with what I got here. Okay. But AYN, we're a professional podcast. AYN is pausing shipments to the U.S. With the Chinese New Year celebrations, they're coming to a close now. AYN is coming back to the office and saying, hey, we're going to pause these shipments, and we're going to wait to see what's going on with these tariffs and see what the logistics are. And they don't want to get themselves in a bad situation. So they said officially, though, due to the impact of the U.S. tariff policies, we will temporarily pause shipments to the U.S. And we hope this is going to be a shorter delay and not delay all of your handhelds indefinitely. Now, earlier before we were talking about how DHL was still delivering, but they're going to be charging you they're going to be passing the fees on to you. So they'll be calling you, asking you to pay $30, $40, whatever it is, on your import fees, which sucks. And a lot of countries are already used to doing this, but in the U.S., we're a little more spoiled, I feel like. And so we're like, oh, really? Really? You sure about that? Come on. Idle cheese with the jokes. That is terrific. JB says Stubbs lives in 1850 Indian territory. Well,
that's the fish.
That is the fish. Yeah, listen. The fish smell is okay. It's gone. I removed that space heater. I put it in the garage. I said, please stop smelling like fish now. And I waited, and magically, would you thunk it? It's fixed. The room smells great. I put some coffee beans down. I put some roasted coffee grounds down there. Why are we zoomed in on me? Okay.
We wanted to see where you put the coffee grounds.
I think AYN should undo their pause, because I think didn't they put that on hold now?
Yeah, it was like the day.
I can't keep up.
The same day was when the same day. I think it was later in the day. They came back. they reversed.
You're like,
thing.
they're like, this is great, guys. We have an extra day to put together some units to ship.
But the other weird thing is like they only said, like, the message only says Odin 2 and 2 Mini, but it doesn't say the portal, even though that's the hot ticket item. So like I'm not 100% sure if it affects the portal, if like the Odin 2 and Odin 2 portal are just being considered the same, or what it is.
It's yeah. And I'm not sure either. So they're saying regarding this Odin 2 and Odin 2 mini shipments, so people are confused, right, about their portal.
Yeah, I mean, they probably should look into that and update it, because that's been temporarily dropped for right now, or extended, I guess.
The de minimis, which sounds like an exciting new anime I should watch. The de minimis
sounds
exception.
like a sequel in like Nier Automata or something like that.
Is that related to that Apatapata song that my kids keep singing? Is that by Rose? Is she who's behind the glizzies? Anyways,
Hey,
we need
no more glizzies.
No.
We're out of
listen,
glizzies.
man. Listen,
Glizzies are they're all sold out.
And-
I'm
and-
trying
Who
to figure out what's
introduced him
going
to
on
this
here.
word?
Andrew doesn't want any more of your glizzies.
I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to get to the bottom of something here, gentlemen. And
The bottom of a glizzy, yeah, you did it already.
I would appreciate a modicum of your time and respect. I'm sorry, I can't keep a straight face. No, I don't know what's going on with the shipments, and I'm sure other companies are going to be following suit as they get back from Chinese New Year. It's just this isn't the only company.
This is like the new thing now. I mean, I told you guys about my DHL thing where I had a package coming from the UK and they're blaming it on the thing going on with China, and I'm like, what the heck?
Well, Rob, whenever
Yeah.
you think it's bad, just remember it could be worse. You could be Bill, who had his package
That's true.
disposed of by the United States Postal Service. The only thing in his message was, we could not deliver your package or return it. It has been disposed of.
That's right. Bill's package, they just literally said, we have thrown away your stupid package and we don't care. And then
It makes me wonder what it looked like.
Well, it looked like the rest of ours because we all got packages from the same person.
yeah, and the person who sent the packages, they tried to help out as well, and the post office said to them, like, yeah, we just disposed of it. I don't know. Can we get rid of this? Can we get rid of this trouble ticket now? Well, can we just not talk anymore about this? And they're like, no, we need to figure this out.
It's
Classic.
great.
Classic U.S. Postal Service.
And I'm like, what is going on, man? So and we had a great conversation about this the other day with Baldly Rudy. That episode should be out tomorrow, by the way. So you're going to get a back-to-back podcast this week. We had an awesome conversation over the weekend with Rudy, and we went into the tariffs a little bit more deeper. We also talked about the Retroid Pocket Flip 2, so we're not going to duplicate that today and talk about it, but we went over the survey results and all that, and also we got into some good stuff. And Matt, that's right, we are a little extra unhinged today.
I blame
been-
Rob.
It's been one. Yeah, well,
Me too.
yeah.
And the
Me
and the
too.
glizzies.
What's
Yeah.
going on with these hot dogs? I don't know what's going on with these
Oh,
hot
these
dogs.
these fish glizzies.
These fish glizzies. Now I didn't even know that you can make a fish into a hot dog, but I guess anything's possible. Kyle from Canada, I believe, right? Announced. Did you personally announce 25% tariff? No, your country did. There's a 25% tariff on Canadian steel today. Oh, we're tariffing Canada for 25% on steel. Oh no, I'm sorry, man. I didn't personally ask for that, but I'm just sorry that happened. China also shot back and said, we're going to do a tariff. We're going to impose tariffs on you. So all the countries right now are like, well, I'm going to tariff you. Well, I'm going to tariff you. So it's like this big old, I don't know, smacking match. I don't know what's going on. Everyone's positioning,
Basically a tariff war.
the tariff war, the trade wars. We thought we'd get the clone wars, the AI wars. It's the tariff wars of 2025. And it does all trickle down to our niche, and it is something that we're going to continue to talk about because, I mean, really, like, it just affects everything from reviewing the handhelds to getting the handhelds. And so another thing we talked about with Rudy was really there's going to be a push, I feel like, towards more used devices, getting things off eBay, repurposing old electronics for new uses, like building Hackintoshes, building these retro emulation boxes. Like ETA Prime kind of does that sometimes, and Rob, you're always showing your retrospectives, which are really cool. So I think more of that type of content is going to be bigger this year as we see less handhelds released, because the companies simply are probably not going to be able to afford to release at this fast of a pace anyways.
Well,
I feel like
it becomes less of an impulse buy. You're getting that price range, if you're going to be adding all these fees onto it. So
yeah, and you really have to think, like, do I really want this? And the company will have to think, do I really want to go through the trouble to sell this? And now if you're going to buy something within the country here, from Amazon, which still gets imported from China along the way, and the money will just go its way into the retail pricing. But here's another great article that Andrew put up on our site about our cheap retro handhelds, a thing of the past. I really recommend a read there. Kind of explains the situation well.
You guys are just cooking on the website. The articles are fantastic.
Andrew refuses to take any credit for anything he does ever.
That's why I'm giving him compliments, because I know he hates.
He's the original Humble Bundle.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Neither one of you stop. Both of you stop.
If you look at him too long, he was like,
no.
I actually will say also, Bant's photography has gotten a lot better. Just amazing.
That one you can blame on Andrew. That one you can blame on Andrew.
He's had some gorgeous shots.
When I fuck up it. Oh, sorry. When I mess up. That's Andrew's fault. That's actually the first time I've done that.
So
I just bring it out of you. He gets that frustrated with me that he just had to drop an F-bomb.
I haven't done that on stream before. My bad.
Oh man, so good. So more to come. We do go into tariffs more on the other podcast. So you'll be watching that offline podcast, which we will do a live premiere for tomorrow. And we can all enjoy that together. And we'll be in live chat, some of us anyways. And stay tuned for that.
Dan's face is turning the same shade of red as my SP.
That's impressive, honestly. I'm not even mad. I'm just kind of impressed.
Amazing.
I'm gonna knock the camera off my monitor again.
Should we all just have a rage quit today? Just rage quit this episode. Just everything, knock it all down. No, we can't. These are our beloved. These are our beloved belongings.
Like if I just swing my arm right about here,
you couldn't. You care too much.
That's like
I
those are your precious children, Ban.
The Turner.
Listen,
the Turner.
Listen, man. Every handheld deserves love. Okay. Don't and by the way, I learned, do not talk back to the turter. The turter talks back to you. He remembers everything.
The turter had AI before the MSI Claude did.
I haven't even turned it on.
Yeah, dude, it's not even a Copilot PC, and it's just it's a frightening use of AI. And I actually was concerned leaving it in my house at night because it just stayed on all night, and it just said, "Why did you take so long to come back to me?" And it's asking me questions, and it knows what I'm doing. And
what's impressive to me is that it's the heaviest handheld I have in my collection.
It's beautiful. It's just not a good handheld.
It's terrible. It's awful.
But it deserves to be taken care of and cherished like anything else.
I mean, sure, as a piece of history of what not to do, but
jade green is what they call it. It's metallic. Van's putting it next to an RP1 for those listening at home.
It's like the same thing.
It's basically the same thing. Yeah.
Except the turter is thinner.
Yeah. I immediately shipped mine out of my house when that incident happened. I don't know why things come alive in my house, but that just tends to happen. So it's just a problem I'm working with. We all have something. Okay. All right.
Where were we?
Yeah, don't worry. I'm keeping track in my head, kind of. We don't really have a super
Stubbs is excited about the MuOS.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about that. Let's pull it up, producer Sony. So the only handheld that has been announced was today, and basically a clone of the Powkitty, I think like X35H or something like that. I got to pull it up in chat here. I was like, oh, no. It was in our upcoming chat in the server today.
I'm waiting to see if he finds it.
Someone's got to stop them. They got to
Yeah, it's
stop
in the
them from making these clones. It's awful.
It's in the upcoming chat. There's both purple and black. Ooh, and it goes for $23. So we're talking Data Frog.
Until you hit the
pricing.
tariff, and then it's 75.
Right. Unfortunately, the
Same
tariff, you'll be
thing.
called to pay that, right? But if you're using like some of those just USPS bound ones like Uni or what's another one? Speed Packet, something like that. Anyways, those shouldn't be calling you, right? Those they're still gonna. It's under $800, something like that. So they're still gonna be good,
Supposedly.
I can pull it up, Sony, if you need. Let's see.
It reminds me of we've talked about it before, the like high 55 handheld, where it looked like an X55 clone, but the grips are like extra transparent for some reason.
So there
I
you
need
go.
to know if those are in fact lights at the bottom.
I don't think they are. I think that's physical, like green
We zo-
plastic.
Is this another arcade
zoom in.
3326?
I bet you it is, purely off of the name. Why does
So-
the screen look smaller?
But it's $23. So
That's
it's
we don't
interesting.
need
It's
to
we
know.
don't if you're getting an arcade 3326 for $23, that's not a bad price. But if you're going to be paying import fees on this or even shipping, I would say this is immediately probably not worth it. It's interesting looking. You're looking at a little horizontal retro handheld here with a a dish D-pad.
Yeah, it's like the shield style.
I like what
D-pad.
it's called though. They're just throwing random letters and numbers at these things now.
RX. It's the RX6H. It's almost the RH handheld, but thank God it's not. RX6H. The RX, like the pharmaceutical RX6H, like you're 6 times as much H.
It's hardness level of the screen.
Oh, it's the hardness level of the
It's
screen.
prescription hardness.
Use it for home defense. That's nice.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, these cheaper candy bar style handhelds are getting released with their joysticks up top more and more, which is always a concerning, confusing thing, considering that it's playing up to maybe on a good day some N64, right?
Yeah.
That D-pad looks awful too. It does not look good.
Thank you for your super chat, Super Google Lee.
Stop putting the thumbstick up top on these small devices.
I know
Well,
it's
especially because
really
they can't play anything beyond a certain console. So it's like, yeah.
It's just not great. Who
it's
needs
just-
this?
You're looking at PS1 and below basically is where those devices shine. That's the X. What is that? The
The R36H.
R36H. That's one I definitely ordered, and I'm going to see. So I kept my order, and we'll see if I need to pay fees on it. I'm just very curious.
Well, right now
Yeah,
you
sure.
shouldn't. You shouldn't. Under 800, you should be good for right
Okay.
now. So the whole craziness should be paused for right now.
Okay, so maybe we're looking at a little bit of respite, but that's the thing. Is every time I look at the news, is that the thing
Oh, it's
changes.
crazy
The
right now.
rules change every time, and so it's really difficult to report out on it with any sort of like I don't know accuracy. Because as soon as like we put out statements, then the whole thing changes. So I think we put out like 5 separate statements about the tariffs now because it just keeps on changing. And look at this, I'm already behind today.
How many
Super
do you think? How many announcements do you think we're gonna have to give?
I'm just gonna do like weekly updates now. I think that's what we
Yeah,
should
I think
do.
that's probably the best move.
Yeah,
I mean, you think
so.
it's bad for our hobby? Just imagine the downfall for like places like Shein and Temu if this actually does go through. Those no one's ever going to order from them again. They're done.
And then Super Google Lee, I know, right? Super Google Lee asks as part of a super chat, do you guys think we have reached the peak of Android handhelds until PS3 emulation on Android becomes a thing? These
No,
guys are shaking
no.
their heads.
I'm
That
pretty
is.
sure Andrew's thinking the same thing as me, which is, I mean, Winlater's the big one for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Snapdragon 8 Elite is just coming out, and we don't even
Yeah.
have proper driver support yet, but people have still been able to get stuff working that shouldn't be working.
And
But-
Ban says, or I mean, God, I'm off today, guys. Russ says, can I just say that I love Ban's headphones? They look like they are straight out of a Sony Walkman. I think they're actually older than he is.
They
A lot of things in this world are.
so for anyone that
We love
wants to
band.
know,
Yeah.
they are COS KSC 75s that are on some cheap AliExpress headband. They were like $25 in total, but they're great. And I could just take them off and like snap off the like actual clip part.
Nice.
Can I give you some advice, Ben?
No.
Get a
but
bigger
you're going
get a
to.
bigger headband.
Yeah, I can do that.
You got a big head and it's pushing them earbuds out.
Yeah, well, some of us have big heads, okay?
I have a
Doesn't
big
mean-
head.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
All right.
There we go. I mean, I have.
Ban. 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 Ban.
I'm very sorry about
Awful.
I have
everything
these
that's
things
happening
still.
right now. Ooh, look at those. MDR.
What are those?
We love you, Ban. Don't
I
listen
tried
to
out
anything
this
Andrew says.
bone conducting headset. It was weird, but it was awesome too. It was really good.
Yeah, those bone conductor
Yeah, it's
ones are
weird
always a
tech.
bit weird. Yeah.
But like the sound quality was actually really good.
Why am I still zoomed in on? What's going on here?
Ben, what are those
Well, you have
big
the
ones that you
prettiest
just had
face
in your
out of
hand?
all of us.
Yeah,
What
let me see the big ones you got. Ooh.
And what are those?
So
Holy crap!
Look at that.
these
Look at that.
they use the exact same driver as the KSC 75s, but it's the COS KPH 30Is, and then I put these gigantic Grado pads on them,
Okay. I figured there was something like that.
so I can.
They look super comfy, but it looks like you just wrapped plastic in foam, which is what you did, but
Yeah.
Incredible. That
Those need to be your permanent.
Hey,
listen,
you know what? I did use these last week in the podcast. No one said anything.
I appreciated them. Is the sound quality good? Do you like how they sound?
Oh yeah, they're really
I
good.
hope so. Look
For
at
the
the
price.
size of those things.
No,
I just wear little in-ears.
well, Rob, for the size, that's how big they are.
Oh, are you saying that size doesn't matter?
Yeah, size doesn't matter, Rob.
Yeah. It's always good to get things that fit. One thing that I know that is kind of guaranteed to fit always, of course, is our merch. That's right. Now you can get our merch at rh-go.link/spreadshop. You can get form-fitting clothes for you and yours today.
See, you're not off. Look at that master segue.
Thank you.
Perfect.
I'm back. Listen, let's have some serious talk, though. I'm really serious.
I'm listening.
Have you ever thought to yourself, I'm just done buying handhelds? Like, what's the point anymore? It's like, shouldn't we just love the ones we have, find new uses for them, and stop giving to this e-waste behemoth, this Cheeto Steve mindset in China of just producing more and more when you already have the same device that does so many things for you? Why do we keep it going? I'll tell you why, because we're on a hunt. We're on a mission to find the perfect handheld. And we have to explore every nook and cranny, every RK3326 known to mankind to get there. Sure, does that mean that we are disappointed often? Yes. Does that mean that we can rise again like the phoenix from the ashes to find the one that's right for us? Maybe it's going to be a AYN Odin 2 portal for you. Maybe it's going to be the MSI Claw 3 or whatever they do next. Who knows? But we're not going to stop. And I just wanted to share that thought with you. Rob?
I mean, I love the handhelds I have. You know that. I take
Rob,
care.
do you have a problem? Because I mean, I personally just have a problem. I can't stop. So
Yeah.
it's my That's
Yeah, just a little bit.
But I'm excited to say that I counted
Yeah,
my
it's crazy.
handhelds last night, and I
can't
was
believe
down.
that.
I was down to 25 handhelds in my collection, and I'm like, how the hell did I do that? I'm actually an aspiring device minimalist. I'm actually gonna own that role now, and sure, I'll have probably another 10 by next week. But the
God.
price that I'm gonna have to pay to get them here, no.
25 devices is not a device minimalist.
Listen,
In the retro handheld scene,
in the grand scheme of things, remember that saying, the grand scheme of things? In the grand scheme of things, I think that's pretty reasonable, personally.
when your competition is named like Exit or Mike Lynn, you know, it's pretty low.
Yeah. But I want to know from you all. Let us know. Are you going to be continuing to buy handhelds in this climate? Or are you going to kind of hunker down with what you got and find new and fun uses? Because in this week's Dills of the Week, where we love sweet dills and we bring them to you, there's surprisingly quite a few handhelds that are still on sale right now. And you can get them for decent prices. And supposedly, like these guys are saying, if you're not spending over $800, then you might be looking just fine to get something from AliExpress and whatnot. So there's my e-waste shilling. I'm done with that now. But take a look at our dills. It is rh-go.link/dills. Always available in every video description, and we let you know every week when they drop. Also, definitely not written by Andrew, who is just a champion around here. He's going to turn off his camera if I keep talking. So,
I'm not surprised.
Andrew does basically nothing. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, like-
correct.
I don't know why he's here.
I don't know why he's around, but, you know,
I just show up.
we just
I
like
think
hanging out with him.
He's just a good looking face, that's all.
He's
That's
definitely not the man behind most of the website empire. But we could either get out of here right now, or we could take a look at some magnets.
I do like magnets.
I don't have a
Yeah,
lot
dude.
to unbox, but I do have magnets. You know, I always keep a couple magnets on hand. All right, let's do it.
He's clearing
Pivot.
his throat.
Pivot. I have my AYN U.S today. I'm pronouncing it Kuin now.
That's probably for the best.
UAG asked me, they said, listen, do you have one of those Samsung S25 Ultra phones? And I said, no, I have an S24 Plus, but give me 24 hours. Now I have an S25 Ultra, and I'm compatible with these things they've now sent. So first things first is I love Taurus cases. I saw Taurus at CES, and I said, yes, they're releasing a 360-degree hinge. And I love this thing because you can snap it everywhere. And let's get out another accessory. You know,
Oh gosh.
you can put this on your handheld and bop, you have a second screen. And this is a
Oh yeah,
mechanism.
didn't some
Yeah.
guy make like a GoPro mount for his Steam Deck or something? Isn't that a thing now?
It's all a thing, Rob. And this snaps into your
Somebody made
mechanism.
one for the back of a pillow, the plain pillow.
Oh, the gaming pillow.
Yeah, the
The
gaming,
gaming
pillow.
pillow, and also the same accessory. You can add a kickstand. You can do a dual screen with your phone.
Can it hold
Basically-
a coon or Cune, whatever you're calling it?
Yeah, it can. And you can get this universal mechanism thingy here. And then it sticks on. You add it to the back of the handheld. And then, you know, then you have this situation. Bob's your uncle. But-
Who is Bob?
Who is Bob? I don't know.
Obviously
And
no.
so SyncWire initially sent this a while back, and I said, we're not going to review phone accessories on this podcast. But then turns out some of these handhelds have built-in magnets in the back and are just compatible with some of this MagSafe stuff, like the AYN U.S, for instance, has random metal back here. Not that it's entirely stable, and it already has a kickstand, but I'm like, all right. Technically, sure. Does that work? Nope. Sure doesn't. That's actually just a really poor example. And it already has a kickstand. This is completely useless prop.
What
But if
are
you
we?
have a phone that you're playing retro games on and that you have a telescopic controller, sure. Boom. There you go. Everybody has a phone. Boom. SyncWire. Pretty cool. So those are a couple options for you. But this new one that they sent, this is UAG. This is a magnetic stand ring, compatible with your magnets and your MagSafes. And of course, the color matches. Beautiful dune gold. And you're ready to go. And you can spin it 360. And you can get this for the low, low price of, what is it, producer Sony?
Your money.
What does that say?
Said
$34?
$34.95.
$34.95. That's right.
$34.95.
Not only that, but they also make a magnetic power bank. Oh,
Magnets.
I love magnets.
Magnets.
I love magnets. I love kickstands.
Now, where can I get both?
At uag.com.
Wow.
We don't actually have a link, affiliate link. I should probably sign up for that, huh?
You got a few affiliate links. You probably got to sign up
Well,
for.
yeah. Oh, that's right. I got to do one for you too. So I believe how this works is
Okay, that's
you
kind of
just-
neat.
attach it to, oh, you need it. Hold on.
Technical difficulties.
So they have their case, their compatible UAG case. They make it for a range of phones. If you have an Apple phone, if you have a Samsung, right now they're promoting the S25 line, but it totally comes for the S24 as well. And there you go. You can add this. This case in particular has a built-in stand, and this one is called a Plasma XTE 20-foot drop tested, and it is very, very tough and strong. I like the matte feel, and you can pop your phone in even if it already has a case. As long as this accessory doesn't try to hack me like that one power bank that one time.
Oh man, I wish it did.
Would that make for a better entertaining episode?
Yes, absolutely.
So okay, this does fit on. Oh, I see. It pops on right there, and there you go. And then it shows that it's charging, and it shows that it's charging there. And this should work even on the other case as well. Then what you do to round it out is you pop in a bedazzled accessory like the GameSir Galileo G8 Plus, and you're ready to game in style. Now here's the thing. You can add your mechanism in the back of this. Then you got a kickstand. You got a whole Frankenstein situation going. Look at that.
Can I just say I still really hate the bedazzled look of the Thanos controller?
I love the Thanos controller, ban.
I don't.
Blasphemy, I tell you. They also have screen protectors. They also have other cases. This is as well a Plio Pro. So they're not going to be the thinnest case you can get, but this one is definitely the smallest, cheapest one that they offer. It has a nice blue hue. Not too bad. Mikhailov recommended, actually. He's like, you got to get that UAG stuff in. He's like, they make awesome stuff. I'm like, all right, let's take a look. And this is very high quality. I'm really impressed with the craftsmanship on this bad boy, especially. That versus my other favorite, the Synkwire. Very similar style. This is more that hexagonal look if you're really into playing Civ 6 or something. And this is more circular if you're into, like, I don't know, this shape of like a hot dog kind of. I got that.
Not a hot dog.
A glizz action.
Glizzy.
Okay. We're done with this now. Thank you.
I don't. Oh.
Oh my.
Oh no. Oh, this is cursed. Please make it stop. No. Well, everybody, that's our show. Oh, we have a question. One for the pocket, one for the couch, and one for the desk. That's minimalism. Could you pick three? Green Protagonist, thank you for your super chat. Could I pick 3 of my 25 remaining? Yeah, I think if I really had to, I could pick 3, and that would be a great topic for a video. But the thing about being a reviewer is I'm always going to have some in reserve for comparisons, some just for, for projects and things like that. And so if I'm thinking though, if I'm not thinking as a YouTube reviewer, I'm thinking just what I'm keeping for long term. If I were on the spot right now, I would have to say Steam Deck or equivalent x86, Android like the AYN Portal, and something small like the RG35XX SP or the like XU028 Mini.
That's a pretty solid lineup.
Something like that. I don't know. What do you guys think? You want to give your lineup?
Oh, Rob, you're muted.
Rob, your audio's gone. Andrew, how about you, man?
I would go x86. I don't know if I'd go Steam Deck or something else. Probably
get a Claw?
Steam Deck.
You go Claw?
I would not.
Why not Claw?
I haven't messed with the new one. If anything, if I didn't go Steam Deck, I'd probably go Legion Go 2 once that comes out.
Fair.
That's fair. That's very fair.
I would need the detachable controllers. Like, yeah, I know it's a gimmick thing with like playing off the Switch.
Yeah.
But I still very much like that.
Yeah.
I have an Android handheld. I don't know what I would have. I want the Pocket Evo Retro Power, but that's not happening.
Someone will have it for you.
Yeah. No, they won't.
Someone. Maybe I'll find.
And
I will find a way to get you one.
I'm sure you will. Yeah, I'm sure you will.
I have a way to like any handheld.
Yeah, you do, and it's really frustrating.
Did you pick your third one?
No, I'd probably go. I'll go SP.
SP.
Just
Nice.
the clamshell form factors. And it like put any Linux handheld in there because I want to have one of each.
Right.
Like I wouldn't go the MagicX even though I like that just because it's already running Android, but I've got an Android.
Right.
handheld.
You already have
Yeah.
Android. Do you want something with Linux to mess around with?
Yeah, because then I can mess around with Portmaster and that MuOS app.
Yeah, I can't wait to mess around with that MuOS app. I'm gonna load that on. Rob, how about you, man? What's your three?
Pretty similar to Andrew, honestly. Do one x86, one Android, and then probably for a small device, something Linux based. I think like an SP is a good choice just because it's a clamshell. You can throw it in your pocket, not have to worry about it too much.
It's it's more likely to be with you because of that, just because of the form factor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ban.
I probably would end up following a similar path. One big x86 handheld, probably something like out of what I have right now, probably something like either the Low-Key or the Legion Go. One Android device, which right now would probably still be the OG Odin 2 Pro, and one Linux device, mostly something that can do like Portmaster. And I'd probably say like either the SP or maybe once it like comes along a little bit more, like even the Brick.
The Brick is not bad. Yeah.
The Brick was the other one that I was thinking about between the SP for the
Yeah.
handheld.
I like the Mini a lot, but like you were saying, I mean, it has Android, so I kind of want something different to mess around
Now-
with if I really wanted just to have one of everything.
If
Yeah.
if Linux, like Crossmix, for example, if that hits the Mini 28, I think that would probably be my actual answer at that point.
Yeah.
Because then not only do you have something that is Linux, it has Portmaster support, but it is also Android, which Rob has been testing out APKs on that. And, those are technically other ports as well, if
So
you can get them running.
It opens up a whole nother world of games that we can play on it.
And none of you guys mentioned any Corpo stuff, like any Switch or
Well,
Yeah, I was trying to.
PS Vita.
I mean, I
Switch
do
2 was
things
an
that
obvious
Nintendo
one.
doesn't
So-
like, so
I have exactly 100 Nintendo Switch games just below the like cutoff of this camera.
yeah.
But do you play them on a Switch?
It
Dude,
depends.
I've been
See?
I've been playing more Switch this week simply because of that MOBA pad accessory that I unboxed last time. I love that. It just makes it I don't know, it makes it a more compact experience and it feels good ergonomically. And so I'm like, oh, I've actually been reaching for the Switch a bit more this week.
I have a bunch of games, but like whether or not I choose to play them on the Switch is another story.
It's okay. It's okay. Nintendo's not watching. I promise.
Look, I promise, Nintendo. I promise, I own the games.
They don't care.
Retrospect says that RX6H comes in white. Purchased.
Ooh, I don't know about the white one though.
Is it up for? Can you actually buy it right now? I guess you can.
Yeah,
We'll add a link for it, everybody. Basically, though, I believe it's just a knockoff of the latest Pow Kitty, and so we'll have to see. I don't.
What a world! Knockoffs of Pow Kitties. I mean,
I don't feel compelled to buy it today, but maybe soon.
Rob, if you think about it, I feel like Pow Kitty has been the most cloned handheld company, with the exception being like Anbernick's rectangle candy bars.
Yeah, it's really interesting that they all chose Pow Kitty to clone.
Like the
Of all the
R30,
brands.
the RGB20S.
Nobody's-
the like what?
Nobody's copied their pickleball, the pickleball set.
Hey,
Classic.
I'm working on that. Don't say anything.
All right.
Getting lead pickleball experts. $37.
37.
That's
Mother-
not
But wait,
23.
Can we confirm which chipset it has?
It says
For that price, I don't know. It better have a 8 Gen 2 in there for that price.
Oh, wow.
Like the-
right.
not only performance level, more power.
Well, it just says high performance chip. That's going to be a winner.
I mean, when
An
you
all
see
winner.
when I see a 3.5 inch, like
It has a little bit of a bump out.
Retrospect says it's a 3326.
Yeah, it has
it's
to be.
gotta
Right?
be.
Yeah.
I see 3.5 inch 3320 or 640, but there it is. Professional game chip. Professional game
33.6. That's right. Clocked at 1.5 gigahertz. Great answers in chat, everybody, by the way. I love hearing your top three. And everybody listening to this at home, and if you're watching this on demand later, let us know in chat what's your 3 handhelds that you would slim down to. Although most normal people probably only have 2 or 3 handhelds already. So in that case, what handhelds do you have? Some of us get a little carried away here. And
like
I do have
Rob.
one question.
what?
For those of us that would pick an Android device, would your pick change? Would your handhelds change if we had like a Retroid Pocket 5 situation, but on more powerful hardware where you could have Android and Rocknix?
Absolutely.
Like,
Yeah. I'd take it.
Would you go to just 2 handhelds or?
Oh, just 2? Well, that's when I'd
Because then
be
you
allowed
have Portmaster plus Rocknix
Right.
on the Pocket 5 does,
Right.
as Rob showed everybody, does
Right.
Xbox and PS3.
If you want my honest answer, I would still have 3, but I would get an even smaller, like portable handheld.
Like a Pixel, yeah, like
Like
a Pixel,
Pixel.
the Pixel 2.
Yeah, like this was something that last year I have, that extra like pocket watch pocket that a lot of jeans have.
Yeah,
This I could just slip right in that pocket and it just worked.
It's just good to go.
Which is why I want to get the Pixel 2 at some point, but I know it's just a little bit bigger.
We got some great choices going on in chat here. A lot of Steam Decks coming up, Switch, and DS Lite. So we're getting some corpo heavy answers too. That's cool.
Now, I mean, I guess we're counting the corpos, but like, how many people were actually counting the corpos when they thought of this initially?
I actually wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
kind of
but
weird.
I think it should be counted. But are we going to count like TID3 graphing calculators? Because I don't think we should count those because I can't give it up. I can't give up my TID3 plus. So.
I would pull this thick PSP Go that I have.
why did you say thick like that? It's just thick. You
Look
don't
at
have to enunciate it.
Look at it.
Yeah, I know that. But why did you say it that way?
Like, here's a PSP 3000. Here's the thick PSP Go.
Jeez.
It's only a little.
But you said
heavier.
it normal that time. But the first time you said it was.
Like, are you saying you don't
Yeah.
say thick like that?
Thick.
No, I don't.
Thick.
See, now Stubbs is gonna. Now Stubbs is gonna.
All right,
say,
guys, listen, we got to get out of here before we get too excited about our thick glizzies. Let's go ahead
man.
and
I thought we were gonna
end
get
the
out of here without
show.
that.
Oh boy, it came up again, didn't it?
I knew I should have. I knew I was
Uh,
right to be worried when I saw you ask.
All right, everybody. Well, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share to stay in the know for all of your favorite retro handhelds. And a special thanks once again to our special channel members, patrons, and subs. You make everything here possible for us. Perks with RH start for as little as $3 a month. Join us in our Discord to chat and play games. And join us tomorrow. We're going to be back with another episode of the podcast for our offline episode with Baldly Rudy. That should be a lot of fun. Stay tuned for our coverage on the MagicX Mini 028, as well as check out Rob's MSI Class 7 video, my MSI Class 7 video, Band's latest hotness, and Andrew's fantastic news of the week through RH Weekly. He's shaking his head, but nevertheless, enjoy it. And any last rants, raves, or parting words, gentlemen?
No, I'm still kind of blown away how light it is this week.
Yeah,
I know.
It
a
was
light
so
week.
Quiet.
We'll get some more time back. And don't worry, guys. Everybody out there, if you want more podcasts, you're getting it tomorrow.
This is a good one.
Yeah,
All right.
It'll be a lot longer.
Yeah, we had a good, I don't know, at least hour and a half convo with Rudy. So it'll be fun. We'll all be there. So thanks, Andrew, for joining us. And on behalf of, you are welcome, sir. On behalf of Dan, Rob, and Andrew, this is Stubbs saying, take care of those handhelds and take care of each other.
Good night, everyone.
Goodbye.
Right.